Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video from Armoury Antiques and Militaria and our YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got something quite interesting in here that is often overlooked by collectors, historians, enthusiasts, and people misunderstand a lot about what they see as low quality bayonets, or bayonets that look a little bit rough around the edges. And what I mean about that is we're talking about Ersatz bayonets. Now, Ersatz literally means substitute bayonets, and these were made in Germany during the early years of World War I because there weren't enough regulation bayonets to equip the rapidly expanding army. Ersatz bayonets were manufactured in local workshops, resulting in hundreds of variations, hence why we're going to go through some variation on these two examples. The German specification was for a 12-inch blade. In addition to newly constructed bayonets, Ersatz bayonets were also created by modifying captured bayonets of other countries. At the time this went on, and the stopgap between bayonets were being replaced by regulation bayonets. So these are early examples. These aren't sort of like late examples where people are running out of materials. These are early because regulation ones were brought in after the Ersatz variations. Now, with these bayonets, Ersatz bayonets, you find that a lot of them, once they were replaced by regulation style bayonets, and what I mean by that is the more detailed bayonets with wooden grips and more detail on the bayonets, they are often shipped out to other countries like Turkey, and the Turks often shortened the blades to about 10 inches, and this is quite common. So that's something to look out for. Now, there are books on the Ersatz bayonets, but there are some basic texts like this one by Carter, and you can see these are all Ersatz bayonets here, and they continue all the way through here. So as you can see, there are various styles and little quirks with these Ersatz bayonets, which we're going to take you through. But I'll take them out the scabbard and I'll come back to you. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a look at the first one. So we've got very, very plain fittings, as you can see, and we've got the button there for its attachment to the rifle, which is still working fine. And the scabbard, you'll notice, has a single screw and the hanger for the frog on the scabbard. Pretty plain, the scabbard, as you would expect, flat-ended or rounded if you like, nothing special at the end. You find that the actual fitting to the rifle for the muzzle is open, as you can see there. No real markings, but what we do find on this particular one is we've got the paint left over from when it was carried during World War I. Normally green or a khaki colour, so that's really nice to find, one that hasn't been over cleaned or over restored. Nice and honest. Now, we haven't cleaned these at all. We don't tend to clean things very much apart from wipe down the blades, and we haven't even wiped down the blades on these yet. But I just wanted to show you variation of two different types, and there are more than two different variations. So smooth grip, oiler hole here, pretty smooth flat scabbard, no sort of design at all on it at all. Let's look at the other one. Similar, you would think. They are. You've got the push button there for the attachment to the rifle, open muzzle ring there, oiler. But when you work down onto the scabbard, you'll find that we've got lines on the scabbard where there were no lines on the previous one, and it terminates in a nice button on the end. Well, the reason for this is to replicate the style or the look of leather. When you've got the leather, the later ones, you'll find leather scabbards replicate this, as in there'll be leather but with lines in them, but this is all metal. So that's an interesting feature. Also, we've got the remnants of some paint on the grip here again. They're never really marked on the grips or on the cross guards generally. And the same is to be said about these two. But let's take them out. Let's have a look at the blades, and we'll have a look, see if there's any marks on there, and we'll go from there. I'll bring you back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a look at the blades. So the bottom one, don't mind if you see me tucking the blade, it will be cleaned later on, as I normally say. Now, this may look to you as if it's in bad condition, but it really isn't. This is just very much surface material that can be cleaned off very easily with light cleaning. It's staining, not pitting. It's in really nice condition. And as I take you along the blade, you'll see just minor staining, no pitting, and that can be cleaned off very, very easily. But we don't clean them, as I said to you before. Now, normally you would inspect German bayonets and look for inspection marks here on the ricasso. And I'm looking now and I can't see any. None at all. But we often find marks on the spine of these Ersatz bayonets. And on this particular one, there's a mark here. So let's look at the other one. Again, similar blade shape and form, no markings on the ricasso here, fullered blade as you can see, and in good condition. Again, need to clean, but as I said, we don't touch them. We leave them to the collectors and what they want to do with them. And we've got another mark here, which is the Imperial Prussian mark. So they are marked, and I think they need a lot more attention, the Ersatz bayonets, as I've said to you, because of the history and the background of how they were brought in. And these were substitute bayonets, as I've said, that were made in Germany during World War I because there weren't enough regulation bayonets to equip the rapidly expanding army. So these are early examples and really deserve to be in a collection or a series collection of German bayonet collectors or generic bayonet collectors, because they're really well made. They're made for a purpose, clearly, as you'd understand. But you get that variation. As I've said, the variation on the scabbards, for example, where you've got different designs on the scabbard, different shapes, different finials on the end, different finishes, and also other little details that are easily missed on these bayonets. We've just sold another one just literally yesterday, which was another Ersatz bayonet. There was a YouTube video on that I did, I think, yesterday. Have a look, you'll see it. And that will give you another comparison of another Ersatz bayonet, which is very interesting. You'll see that's very different to these, but in that basic design, but again, different in its scabbard design and the blade and that kind of thing. So we highly recommend that you start to look at what we call Ersatz bayonets, because the history, the changes, where they went, different countries after they stopped being issued to the German forces, and of course the variations that you get. They're available down here at Armory Antiques and Militaria, and if you're interested, just give us a call or drop us an email. But in the meantime, the most important thing is for you to stay safe, enjoy the hobby. We hope you find the objects that you're looking for your collection. And also don't forget to subscribe. We do 30 videos a month and we will continue to do so. We're never going to run out of content, and you never know what we're going to feature. But hopefully this short video has opened your eyes to, oh, it's not just an old ratty bayonet that was produced late in the war, which lots of people think they are. They're not, they're early, they're very early, and deserve a place in the collections because these are early issue things, 1915, 1914, around that period, and they're fascinating once you start getting into them. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, click the icon, the bell icon, so you know when videos are coming out, and we look forward to doing another video for you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.